Got it. We're live.
The stream is live.
Holy shnikes. Well, you know what? Let's make a podcast. Thank the light, everyone. I am your what's the word? I lost all the words. I speak for a living and I lost all the words. I'm your very content to die. And this is my wolf brother.
And I will be your winter's fucking hair Sedai. Move to Spokane. I can handle the cold. What the fuck? No, it doesn't bother me, but man, it's been cold here.
Yeah, got it.
Woke up this morning, let the dogs out, and was like, it's -2 degrees. Fuck.
Wow. Is that a normal?
It's you know what?
I know it gets cold.
It's a dry cold though. Yeah, it's different.
It's dry as fuck and it's cold as balls. But that's even for Spokane. That's pretty cold. -2, right? Like that's not a. I know it gets in the 20s and 25s, and
it will get colder. It can get colder. I've seen it. Okay. Talked about -10, and it'll be that way for a couple of days. And
wow,
yeah, it can get dangerous over here. I think if you like lose power stuff, they're really on it about that kind of shit. So
I didn't realize Spokane was West Montana.
Yeah, I mean it's West Montana, Idaho.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised. It's like
you can go across the Panhandle in like an hour and a half. Apparently,
I think it's exactly 60 miles. I think I-90. Yeah. I think there's exactly 60 miles, or no, maybe it's 100. It's a weirdly exact number. Like that there was federal dollars involved because it was like Idaho was like or the government or Idaho.
Like one of those things that you just decide maybe we're going to change this to the Gulf of America, and because It's my I did my body. I do what I want.
Hey. So Lake Coeur d'Alene is now a Canadian province. It's okay.
I mean, if we're making trades like that, can we just like annex like most of Washington? I'll be Canadian. I have no problem.
I mean, they can have North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin. I mean, the Green Bay Packers could be the first Canadian NFL team. I'm cool with that.
We'll take the upper part of Michigan, the Yooper.
The Yooper, Michigan.
Yeah, Canada will take that. The Yooper.
I got one thing to say to you, fatty. Wop.
Fuck the Chiefs. Fuck the Chiefs. I didn't even really. I was working that day, so real quick, I was working that day, and I'm like, you know what? If both these teams could lose, it'd be fucking great. It's like I don't have nothing against the Eagles. It's just East Coast. I like Jalen Hurts. I really wanted the Raiders to draft Jalen Hurts. So, good job, guys.
Yeah.
But I was like, I was like, I don't care. But I kind of like, we went and grabbed these shelves, and then I kind of took a peek at the score. I was like, I'm going to watch the second half. This should be fun.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Lisa's doing something, and I was sitting there, and that play where he kind of goes to throw it deep and gets his arm just straightened out, and then boop, like double fisted right in the face. And I was just like laughing maniacally. And she's like, what the fuck are you laughing at? Was it a good commercial or something? I'm like, nah, Patrick Mahomes just got hit in the face. And it was almost like, we're going to let this one go because everyone thinks we're cheaters. The Bretts are cheating for us.
Yeah.
That's the one you should have called. He got hit in the face.
There were so many bad calls.
That's
in
not
that
legal.
Game, both directions, but it doesn't matter. When you lose by 30, it doesn't, like, no one talked about the bad calls on Monday.
If the refs call a shitty game on both sides of the ball, I'm fine with that. I come from baseball, and you figure out each fucking umpire strike zone within the first inning and a half. And if you don't want to throw the ball there, you're going to walk a lot of people. It's just, you got to see how they're calling the game and then play it that way. And as long as they're fucking shit calls on both sides, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
But it's like when it seems to be, it's like, and I've just seen the Raiders be on too many, and not so much in recent years because they're a more disciplined team. So it's harder to just be like, they did that. but I've been a Raider fan for fucking 45 years. I've seen a lot of being like,
when you get 40,
he snapped his leg after the whistle. No penalty? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. All right.
Whatever, man. I guess you guys figure that people owe some people for Lalazado or something. I don't fucking know.
Hey, you know what? You're the reason the Seahawks lose a timeout when someone gets hurt. That's the Raiders' fault. That is the Raiders' fault.
So many rule changes. Hey, and you know what? We got one of the biggest cheaters in recent memory as part of our ownership group. Let's go, TB12.
Hell yeah.
You get us a Super Bowl, bro, I'll forget the fucking tuck rule and everything else. Ooh, Tom Brady? You mean my hero? Yeah. Yeah.
That
I was
eighth
thinking about
ring,
getting a
that
fucking.
eighth ring's got a Raider on it, babe. That eighth ring's got an eye patch on it.
This is it. The internet is unique, bro. If that happens, I will get a custom made Brady jersey with a 12 on it. Ooh, Vegas Raiders. If he gets us a Super Bowl,
Yeah.
I'm in.
Ooh,
I'm in.
that would be dope. A Vegas Raiders number 12. I'd rock that.
Yeah, all day.
All right.
Son. Especially if we get a ring, I'm like, let's fucking go. I've represented us when Jamarcus Russell was our quarterback.
Yeah. Justin's been hanging in there a long time, folks.
I'm leaning into the Canadian with the cheap R&R whiskey.
Yeah.
Bro, it's
R&R.
like $3 for a half pint, bro.
Oof.
I want to drink, but I still have goals that I need to accomplish.
I want to get drunk and buy shit. That's what I want to do. What we got? So everyone, we kind of like.
Yeah. So I'm actually really excited. Did you?
Yeah.
Am I reading that right? He's going to be here for not 1, not 2, but possibly 3 episodes.
I'm pretty sure after I sent you the text, I realized I might have read that wrong, but he'll at least be here for 2. He'll be here for the second half of season 2, fan edit, and he wants to be here for the
predictions.
But possibly.
Yes, dude.
Yes, everybody, stay tuned. Get on the editor. Fan edit. I don't know his name because he's keeping that shit wrapped up. He will be here. I will be posting on social media. If you've been watching me post, I will. He should be here the next 3 weeks. He may not be here next week. I apologize, but he's coming. He'll be here the following 2 weeks, almost for sure. I mean, he's 12 hours away and shit happened. So I don't want to make any promises that aren't mine to keep. And I'll keep social media tight. But if you want to ask the editor questions, come on here and join us.
Yes. And I'm hoping to, who knows with things that happen, if I'm going to be able to have time I want to watch the edit and I want to try to watch the episodes again because there's just a few things I noticed, like when Rand is kind of, accepting his dragonness when he's shooting, he kind of talks with Egwene and then he shoots some arrows, then he talks to Min right afterwards.
Yeah.
When he's having his little, kind of you can hear the Machin Shin kind of in his head and he's kind of having some flashbacks. I didn't get a chance to watch that, but maybe you can enlighten me. Did he switch any of those flashbacks around or were those there in the original cut? Because I feel like he did this thing that when they're in the world of dreams, he kind of accentuated that almost like old school movies when you were skipping you couldn't record it so fast. So you're people would move kind of choppily.
Like a flip book.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like a flip book. And so, I feel like when they went to the world of dreams, when he went there and Karen's there and Balsamon grabs Egwene, and Matt keeps saying something and kind of just walks past him and doesn't see him. He really accentuates that kind of stutter stop motion. But I couldn't remember if it was that dramatic in the actual cut of the show on Amazon or if he kind of accentuated it. Because I thought that I remember seeing it in the show, not thinking that it was enough of a dream. You know what I mean? Obviously it was a dream, but it seemed very real. And I know that they were trying to convey that, the world of dreams can be very real because you can die in it and stuff. But I feel like him doing that gives you a little bit, or I don't know if he did it or not. Maybe I just.
Well, was that the only time you noticed it?
Well, no, I noticed it when Rand was doing his little dream sequence thing and saw everybody. And then I noticed it when he was shooting arrows and having the flashbacks in his head.
Because it's not the editor's fault, but I have a lot of technology working to get my edit onto my big screen TV. So I get a little stuttering anyways, just with the upscale and all that. So I don't know that I could have or would have noticed the difference.
It seemed very obvious to me watching the editor's cut,
Yeah.
But like I said, I didn't get a chance to rewatch these to see how dramatic, if it was, just slowed down or anything like that. I feel like it was. But also after watching the first one, I was noticing things because I didn't have to suffer through Egwene getting thrown in the river and other stuff like that. So I was I was able to, instead of spending 5 minutes rolling my fucking eyes going what? What are we doing here?
And now we're going to talk about the dumb scene.
You and I don't write movies or anything, but we are such movie people, we probably could have been if we would have tried to lean into that early in our lives.
Oh, totally.
But
totally.
You and I could be continuity motherfuckers on movies a lot too, because we used to just get stoned and fucking watch movies and go, no, you especially are really good at that. I'm more about dialogue. You're more about that lightsaber toy wasn't there, behind you in this one, and then that bag was on the other side, and then like, you know what I mean? So
Meth, you're killing me with the toothbrush.
exactly, dude. Exactly. Matt, you're killing me with the toothbrush. That is fucking hilarious. Exactly. But like that kind of stuff, I don't know if it was I was able to just kind of notice it more because I wasn't annoyed at other things that were happening, or if
Yeah.
he actually did kind of ramp it up a little bit. I feel like he ramped it up a little bit, especially for that second one. But
Well, and I
I
think
want to really keep an eye. Long story short, as I've fucking talked for 20 minutes, I want to try my hardest to watch the episodes, like not one to one, but you know, try to do first
get
4
through
and then
both
watch
of them. Get through both of them before
because I
we.
want to ask him certain
Yeah.
things because he did say
Yeah.
he kind of chopped and screwed this a little bit more than the first one, moving stuff
Yeah.
around and shit
Well,
like
because
that.
like
So
you said that, I think I think because when the Machin Chin happened in the ways, I was like because me and Kelly were both pretty tired, and like I don't want to totally like make her hate this because I'm overselling it. So I'm like I'm pretty cool,
I'm probably gonna
but
be
with
stuck on this for like 5, 6 more years, maybe. So
yeah, yeah. If you want to know anything, ask me, but I'll try not to force it on you. But when they went in, I was like, listen, like she was letting the dogs out. I was like, listen, listen.
this part's important.
And then it happened so fast. I was like, oh, that wasn't as dramatic as I thought. Cause I was like, oh, they didn't even mention the fucking dragon. Like, how high am I? And then and then he does it. So did the editor move Rand's vision completely out of the first Machin Chin to when he was shooting the arrows? Or am I just misremembering?
I think he might have cut it short, or maybe just like because there was a bunch of things, you know, every time someone popped up, and I think there would
Yeah.
be like I think they cut it down a little bit and then move some of it. But then I thought that he added the visions in it because originally it's just him shooting arrows and it's saying stuff, but there he put
Yeah.
like in they put in images and stuff. So
Well, I think he
I
just
feel like
took the scene. He took
yeah, but he moved
Rand
it there in
right,
between, like, it
right.
was like a little cutscene in Rand's head, you know? And I think
Yeah.
so many things like that made it land so much better. Like, it's like I said, it's still not perfect, but, like, oh my god, it is so much more easily and I actually forgot, Lisa did watch that with me, and she was like, "Oh, it was way better watching it in, like, a movie format like that." Like, he did a great job. So I'm really
Yeah.
excited to watch because I watching this, I'm like, "Man, season 1 was pretty fucking good." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Calm down, dude."
So I had last week 0 problems. Nothing. It was the first half of the edit was flawless. I literally wouldn't change a frame. I had some issues with the second half. And I'm trying to, and I'm gonna need you to help me figure out because talking about us nerding out about movies because remember we would always watch the bonus scenes and we would always watch the deleted scenes and we would always be like, how the fuck can you take that scene out? That's so funny. That is hilarious. Why would you take that out? But then you actually think about watching the whole movie with that scene in there, and you're like, oh, that would be a little
It's funny,
boring.
where would you put it so it made sense and didn't, like, grind the plot to a halt?
Yeah. But here's the two thing, or at least two things that I had issues with. The rod. I think the rod is gonna matter. I think
The oath rod?
the oath rod is going. I think Moraine's gonna do some shit that is only gonna make sense if we know that because there's some shady shit going on with that oath rod that they're not telling us, but it's gonna matter. Like Moraine is getting away with some shit in the next season or two because of what happened with that oath rod.
My thoughts are wondering if they altered her stuff enough to be just deceptive enough, but maybe not lie. I'm sure that we'll be giving Rafe too much credit for that. My thought with it is that later on in the books, there is something that happens with the oath rod in proving your this might be a little spoilery, so tune out if you don't want to hear that if you are actually listening to us. They do something later in the books that they figure out a way to use it to be like, okay, we're gonna remove all oaths that you have, and we're gonna make you re-swear on the oath rod, and then we're gonna interrogate you. Like
Oh.
it's like a oath rod. Goddamn, I've watched so much true crime. Fucking
Yeah. Like
what is the word I'm looking for? Lie detector test. It is
y-
called a polygraph. Jesus
polygraph.
fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Sorry. So it's like an oath rod kind of polygraph. So it's like basically they will remove any oaths like that says that you can be deceptive and hide your oaths to the dark one or whatever, and then make you re-swear the 3 oaths and then don't let you go anywhere and go, okay, are you a dark friend? And then they little physically
Oh.
cannot. They have to say, yeah, I'm a dark friend. Yeah.
because they haven't had the time to figure out their lie around it.
Exactly.
Like
Or just have the dark one, I believe, can kind of just cut those oaths, because when you swear an oath to him, then that like supersedes it, right? So I'm wondering if, because of the tower coup and stuff like that, that some of that stuff is going to come way forward in the show, because they're going to need to be like, are you a good Aes Sedai? Are you a bad Aes Sedai? And so they had to introduce the oath rod in a way where you could see it and see what they were doing. That's my thought.
So it's not in the edit. So if it cut, like,
oh, that's what you're saying. Okay, I got you. I got you. It is not in the edit at all. That's true. She does her
not
little
in,
bow. And it's not
yeah,
in the edit.
and then it's done. And maybe the conversation, I can't remember the conversation she had with Suan later that night. Maybe that covers it enough to like, but that might be a scene. Like, I don't think he'll have to go back to season 1 and put it back in, but he might have to grab that scene and make it like a cold open.
Well, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he may have done some things like that. He said that he was pretty aggressive with what he did.
Yeah,
Like,
we'll
I could
see.
be just, you know me though, dude. I like, I could be talking out my ass and think about something else, but I feel like he was like, might have even used some like deleted scene stuff to slide in. I'm not sure. Like, I'm actually, if keeps getting, I'm gonna just go put headphones on and probably watch the second, start watching the second one tonight, maybe.
Nice,
because I got fucking nothing else to do. So,
so that
some of
one,
the things-
and then the other. Hang on, I just want to.
yeah, no, get it while it's fresh, because I just got jokes.
Yeah. Maybe it was just what was the other thing I had a real beef with? All right, you tell a couple jokes. I'll try to figure it. Oh, no. It was something you said. So you said maybe I'm giving Rafe too much credit. I think Rafe has a really good. We might not think it's a good plan, but I think he's got a plan. The problem with Rafe is he's like.
Like I was saying last week, he gets a little too cute for his own good, you know? Like,
well,
he
the
thinks
problem
that like
is
some
like,
of the book readers are like, they'll love this, and it's like, oh.
But if you have some Easter egg in the first season that you're planning on opening in the 4th season, you gotta fucking get there. Like, you gotta, like, we can't see your vision, and if you don't give us enough early on, you're not gonna get those later chances. So, like, if you want to change things and get weird, that's fine, but you got to drop things in to keep it good now, and then you could open those eggs down the line.
Yeah, you can't just like play the long game and hope. You've got to like, I get it, but you have to make sure it gets there, right? Like I said, you can't. And that's one of the things. It's like you said with the time jumps. It's like, how much are we doing? Are we doing it because we're fucking desperate and we got to just do this and we're going to have this huge expedition dump? You know, I don't know. Yeah. I've been kind of trying to say, and like I said, I'm just going to do like a speed round of my page of notes, jokes, stupid stuff. And sounds then because I haven't watched the trailer at all. So I do want to watch it, even though
neither have I.
Jeremy said it's awesome. He said it's awesome.
Everybody, he's not here to defend himself. I can't tell from his text what his tone of voice is. Jeremy said it's awesome.
Jeremy said it's awesome. I can't tell that it was sarcastic at all. So,
it wasn't italicized.
You heard it here first. Jeremy of the Thank the Light. Jeremy Gaines of the Thank the Light podcast with Desmond McNeese and his cousin Patty the Chef says this season 3 is based on the trailer today that came out. It's going to be great.
I think his exact.
He said, we're going to love it.
I think he said, it's bonerific, I think is what. Jeremy said bonerific.
Yeah. Jeremy said he has an actual erection for it. So he's like, I did not. You know, he's going crazy right now. He's like, I did not.
This is how we get him on the show. He'll be here next week, folks.
Yeah. He said, quote unquote, you can't read that. He's like, you will be so pumped.
I know. I can't. There's my phone's right here. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, what he did send is go, wow, I just watched it, the season 3 trailer. And then he sent us the emoji of Team America World Police of the dude just vomiting uncontrollably. And I said, I'm not going to buy it. I haven't watched it yet. And he goes, it's so good. I was like, I knew it, you a-hole. I was like, you need to bring these gems to the pod, brother.
Yeah. Jeremy's got his own life that he's trying to live. So I try not to give him too much shit, but I really want him here for the prediction, folks. That's what
He's a fucking empty nester. Quit being a loser. Okay, so speed round. Justin's Fatty's dumb notes. So a couple good one-liners. If I wanted a man, I could do better. Goddamn right.
Yes.
and then the bartender, she's like, if you don't think I get drunk on the job, saying, no, she's a dark friend. Just my kind of gal is all I'm saying.
That's from last week. You bringing up jokes from last week?
I just caught it this week, so shut up.
Oh, did you
By the
not
time we
quite
get to
make
the
it
end of
through?
the show, like we were at the end of the 2 hours, and so by the time we get to the end of the podcast of the 2 hours, I forget stuff.
Yeah.
So I went back a little further and got it. You see Tom sliding out his knife when Matt is kind of messing with the Ioan. So that's a big clue. Like Tom is a friend. He's dude might as well be a fucking sushi chef. He's a fan of knives, but
Yeah.
Matt is as well, especially as the time goes on. Matt starts stashing knives all over and becomes really good at throwing them. So I love that. I do hope we get to see some action that way. That'd be cool. Tom explains Aiel Veils in a way that, Jeremy would be proud of. So it literally kind of nullifies like what she does, and you know what, I'm just gonna get you fucker, you can't defend yourself, bitch. She was originally a wetlander, so she would have a little bit less of a hard time showing her face to somebody.
Okay.
When you're born that way, and it's indoctrinated from you from the very day you were born, and you were a maiden from you wanted to be a maiden from the time you were 8, you're taking that fucking veil off and you kill. If you were a highborn lady until you almost went and died in the waste, and you're pregnant, you might be like, what the fuck? You can't breathe. Just saying.
I buy it.
Jeremy, I can't hear your response.
What do you?
Did you mute
Jeremy,
your mic?
Jeremy, pull over. Jeremy, pull over. I don't want you to get in an accident.
Yeah. Use the voice text option. We gotta hurry up before Siri tells us to go to bed.
My first note this week. Where's the baby?
Where's the baby? Fuck you, Desmond.
I know.
But again, they throw Matt's fucking gonna. I'm like, I get it. Desperation, it's proudness. He's gonna go steal that Aiel's, amethyst in his pocket. He finds the little stone dog carving, which is one of the Aiel seps. Those are the opportunities. It's like, that's cool for someone like me that just fucking, knows everything about this, or not knows enough about it to be like, oh, that's cool. He's probably a stone dog. But like most people are like, oh, cute dog figurine in your pocket. Like that's an example of rape, just being like, oh, dude, fucking stop jerking yourself off about how great your ideas are and just do something that means something to even someone who's never seen the show or never read the books.
Okay. Justin.
Yeah.
This just in.
Mhm.
Jeremy Gaines just sent me a text.
Uh-oh.
Please read this on the show. The Wheel of Time TV show is a steaming pile of trash. If it were freezing to death in the snow, I wouldn't take a hot dump on it so that it could use the meager warmth from my poo to keep it alive 1 second longer. This new trailer does nothing to change that. I award it no points, and may God have mercy on its soul. Love you guys.
All I heard is that he loves it. I think he said, didn't he? How do you finish it? I love it, you guys. Is that what he said? I love it, you guys. That's what I heard.
I love it, you guys. I love you guys.
My reading comprehension, a little sketchy. Never took SATs. So,
oh my God.
At least he's contributing.
I wish I had the time. I wish I had the time I used to really over edit this podcast so I could really put in some really do a dramatic reading of that.
It was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It was off the top. It was pretty. It was like a one take,
The Wheel of Time TV show is a steaming pile of trash. If it were freezing to death in the snow, I wouldn't take a hot dump on it so that it could use the meager warmth from my poo to keep it alive 1 second longer. This new
more
trailer
Shakespearean
does nothing to change that. I award it no points, and may God have mercy on its soul.
At 2, cousin. At 2.
Oh, I love you guys.
I love it, you guys. I love it. All right, back to the not so lightning round.
Yes.
Matt is still a thief. You can see Rand's face. I really appreciated some of the small moments of Yosa's acting. And you can see how he gets better. Like when she says something about Trollocs, he's like immediately like, ooh.
Yeah.
Most people don't just talk about Trollocs casually. Just saying. Let's see. Yeah, she like there's so many cool things that I picked up. Like she's like, oh, I shouldn't have dressed so much like Egwene. I shouldn't have braided my hair. Even though, why did we have to invent that character? Whatever. Let's see. You see Rand's first channeling. I think it was a little bit more meaningful, just the way that things were cut down around it. I know it wasn't like crazy, but again, I was able to notice so many smaller things that I wasn't busy rolling my eyes at other shit. Logain stuff was really cool. That is not in the books, and I did like all of that. The conversations in the cave, the way he was shielded in his little cage, the way he kind of breaks out, all of that, the channeling. At one point, you see Alana channel, and her warders are standing in front of her, and she does some sort of a weave that would technically, you would think that would just kind of like, if this is the ground, where's my fucking camera at? This is the ground. It just goes, but like,
Yeah.
she makes it to where the weave doesn't form until it's past her warders, and you can see it kind of come together, like kind of through and around them, and then go. Stuff like that, I wasn't able to kind of focus on it. Like, that is very cool. That is a good mechanic. Their battle scenes are done really fucking well. It gave me kind of Game of Thrones vibe, not quite on that scale, but some of the beginning battles in Game of Thrones when they were smaller, like excellent lighting, choreography, fight stuff, the costumes, weaponry, everything looks really fucking legit. Let's see. And none of that was in the book. So none of that was really in the book. It's alluded to, but I thought that was one of the first things they added that I was like, that's good.
You want a real hot take?
Huh?
So this is going to take some explanation. I don't like Loyale.
As a character, or the way he's portrayed, or like we talking book,
I think
TV show, or both?
Keep
talking. I gotta pee.
I think that type of character reads better in a book. Like, I think I think in the book he's interesting, and I do like. I'm really excited to watch him kick ass. I just think that character that's like, oh, humans are so. I forget humans are in a hurry. Oh, you humans are always. Oh, like it. It's just one of those jokes I think that's going to really wear thin on camera. I'm excited to watch him kick ass. I do like the idea of his character. I'm just not looking forward to seeing him constantly reminding us that humans are always in a hurry. Like, I know you age slower, but there are some things that like are on a clock. Like the ending of the world isn't going to wait for your old,
your life
slow
is in
ass.
danger, and you're really not gonna. Hey, look at this. This is like the smallest one. It's a baby calendar.
Oh, no way. Yeah. You'll shoot your eye out. You'll shoot your eye out.
Dude, we've been having tons of them, and I laughed so hard because I said that to Lisa. I go, don't get fucking poked in the eye like you got a Red Rider. She's like, oh no. God, it's so fucking cold, dude. Jeez,
Dude, I haven't seen icicles. Like, I know that it's not real cold here, but I'm chilly. But
that's like one of the smallest icicles, bro. We've had some like as long as my arm.
That's the idea of seeing icicles again hanging off my roof. Just like, I can't even. That's a different lifetime. So anyway, so I don't want to rag on Loyale, and I know when I see him in battle, and I know I'm gonna like him in some things. I just hope that at some point they realize that he doesn't have to beat us to death with his Ogierness.
I'm curious to see if once we rewatch the second one, if it, because he definitely is a little bit more, and you get to see him fight. But even Nynaeve's like, yes, name, sing, is in the ears. Can we fucking get to the fucking point? I mean, it's for sure a trope, but I mean,
Yeah, hopefully they'll find a happy medium, so it's not we don't just do the same shit.
And the farm scene is another one that like they go to a farm, they go to a couple different farms, and they have a couple things happen. Nothing really like that. I don't hate it, but Matt like going and like puking and stuff. I know that they're trying to kind of like red herring bait and switch you with him, that he may be the one who can channel or whatever, but that just didn't land that well with me. So and there's that whole scene like he's like, oh, I don't want to take your doll, and like I don't love the way they kind of tried to make Matt the scoundrel. It's like,
do you think they knew
you don't
he
have
was
to
on
hit
his
you over the
way
head with
out
it so much?
Do you think they knew he was on his way out already, and they were like, we got to make him real bad so we can save him and give him a reason to stay behind?
If they knew that he was on his way out that early, they would have fucking made the story better the second season, as opposed to just fucking hacking his story up the way they did, is my opinion.
Well, that was episode 5, wasn't it? And he left in episode 6.
That's what I'm saying. Well,
I mean, that's 2 episodes. That's like 20 days of shooting.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know, dude. I just feel like it was one of those things, like maybe they were just trying to like, if we can just coax him along and he'll get back on board. But it's like, you feel like he was going through some shit, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
I haven't done a Google search in a while, but I still wonder
I
what the
saw he
real
was going to
story.
be in some sort of like horror movie, but then I kind of quit caring once Donald Finn got in because I thought he was really good. But you could tell that they really had to like fucking cobble together a story to like, even get him in, So, did you watch, actually, speaking since we're talking about Matt, did you watch the Matt trailer? Like the little teaser where Donald Finn that kind of does an interview like he's Matt?
No.
It's really short. You should look it up right now, and I can read some stuff, and then we can
Okay,
talk about it a little
cool.
bit. So I'll finish my little non-lightning round. So there's some good things and bad things about the farm scene. I do like Matt like pointing out the fade in the shadows. The fight kind of little like it's not really a fight. It's more like a little squabble. But seeing the way the fades move in the shadows and stuff, I thought that was really well done. I thought that was cool. I thought it really kind of certain things land great, right? Like that really lets you know some creepiness. Like anywhere there's a shadow, these motherfuckers can just pop up. And and they fight like a fucking ninja or whatever you think is the most badass like hand to hand sword fighter around. They're awesome and they move like a snake. So I thought that scene had a lot of cool stuff to it, but some stuff that's kind of like, let's see, where am I at? Like you see, like I said, you see Rand getting to like assess situations where he's almost got that like Jedi-ness. And that's something that kind of channelers kind of have. They don't really ever get into it, but it's just one of those things. It's like they talk about when you're holding the power, everything is amplified, right? Smells are stronger, sounds are more crisp and more distinguished, and you can see a little farther. Your eyesight's better. That almost like Perrin's wolf brother enough, everything is more heightened. So I think it's more like I don't know, like a time slow thing almost, like Max Payne or something,
Yeah.
more than a Jedi thing, but it kind of has the same effect, right?
Sorry, I missed some of that.
And
I had to switch my audio
that's
over
okay. That's okay.
to the other thing.
So did you watch it or you want to
I
watch
don't
it?
think I found the right one. I can't. I googled Donald Finn interview as Matt Cawthon.
Just go to YouTube and go to Matt Cawthon teaser trailer.
Okay.
Speaking of which, man, I was looking. I just hit Wheel of Time stuff on YouTube, and we were like the fifth thing that popped up because of our video last week. And the other ones were like some of the bigger folks who have been on Wheel of Time since long before the show, and some of them were doing like a live show, and it ended at like 25 minutes before we started. So anybody who's kicking around and wanting Wheel of Time stuff, we're here.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you come on here and be part of the show. All right, I'm gonna switch. You talk to the fans. I'm gonna listen to Matt.
Yeah. While he's finishing up with Matt, a couple of things about Perrin when he meets up with the traveling people, he just can't even fathom that they like wouldn't fight back. He's just like, well, what do you do? They're like, well, we die basically or run. Like that's their answer. He's like, what? I'm sorry. That's where I identify with Perrin. I'm just like, I mean, obviously, if you're ever in that situation, everything's going to depend. But it's like someone's like, get on your knees, put your hands behind your back. Nope. You have to shoot me right here, motherfucker, in the face. And she gives her little, actually, you pointed out last week when he first gets to the traveling people that, he kind of has a story that is similar to what Rand is getting in Redan when the Aiel first kind of go against the way of the leaf because someone's, their family's getting raped and murdered and killed. So, still don't love Aram, Oh, hold on. I'm going to have to put, can you hear shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, everyone! I just watched that Matt thing is awesome. I don't know. That's just one of those things too. I just love seeing actors playing their character, doing interviews about
Hang on, Des. Hang on.
they're like some real some real fourth wall shit there. So I think Justin can hear me. I'll be able to catch him up on it real quick. But I found it very interesting that I think the majority of Child Valda's trophies were red raid.
I know, because I saw a yellow and a brown, but I mean, the other ones look, darker.
There
So
was 3 or 4 red ones there. Like there was a handful of reds. Like so I mean, maybe the reds are more likely to come after him, so he's more likely to need to defend himself against reds. So maybe it's not that surprising, but I also feel like I don't know if they're the warriors is right, but they're badass enough that if I had to choose which ones to fuck with, it wouldn't be a red.
I think a majority of the Reds are, I mean, that's not really fair, but I feel like there are more Black Aja Reds because one of the main things of the Dark One is trying to find the dragons. So they can kind of just do that by being themselves, right? They can just go look for Menhu channel. So, But Matt, when you see him, a couple things in there, you see him with the horn of Lear, and he's like, "Yeah, I blew the horn," but they're sketching a thing of him and stuff. So that's stuff that's not in the books, which could be fun, that Jeremy will probably hate.
You know what? I get that they didn't play it right. They didn't quite get the the idea of a warder and how stoic and they really are. But I don't know. I feel like the whole seppuku thing because your Aes Sedai died. I feel like that's important. And I don't know, maybe Moraine and Lan play it enough just talking about the bond and turning the bond on and off that we get the picture. But that was another thing that I was like, and again, I think the 15 minutes of footage is way unnecessary, but I feel like there could have been some way to put in just how painful it is to lose your Aes Sedai to a warder, without dragging the movie to a halt. But
Right. I mean, I think they convey it pretty well, but I think we'll see more of it too. It's just one of those things. It's not so much seppuku as just madness. Most of the time, if they're given the chance, they'll just die in battle if their Aes Sedai dies. But he was saved by them, so he kind of just went about it his own way. Usually, it's more like I'm going out and it's going to be violent.
yeah, yeah, you're right.
Um,
It's probably if your Aes Sedai dies, if you're in the middle of a battle and your Aes Sedai dies, it's fucking kamikaze time. Like I don't want to live anyways, so I'm just gonna take 80 you motherfuckers with me.
and you know what? If Rafe was being really smart, this is where like my inner Jeremy's coming out. The first scene that they cut out where they're chasing the guy who can channel, and he's like, "Don't hurt him." She's like, "Oh, he's already mad because there's only one person there." All they have to do is Owen stop running, and that makes that scene so much more important because it's Tom's nephew.
Oh,
Because it's not Tom's nephew, but for the sake of the TV show, they should have made it Tom's nephew. If they're gonna put that scene in
God.
there, make it Tom's nephew.
Yeah, why not
Hey, let me
tie
know
that?
if you get any background noise, because
Okay, yeah, that's all right. We're about done with our notes, and then we'll watch the trailer. Oh, and I get it because it literally adds nothing to the story. It only exists to get you excited for season 2. Cutting out the Sean Chan editor. Come on.
see, I didn't actually get all the way to the end. Did he not leave it in?
He did not leave unless it's way, 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 way at the end, which I don't know why. I mean, I guess he could just do a series, but I think I even fast forwarded. I ended up making Kelly. Kelly was so tired and wanted to go to bed. That was the second time I was like, "You're not going anywhere." And I fired up Amazon Prime and showed her that trailer.
Stop. Wait 5 minutes. Let's see. I think I pretty much done with my notes. I kind of got through them too already. Let's see. One of the things that I'm pretty sure that he added was when the wolf comes out and they're escaping from the wife clothes. He had some subtitles that says "Run, brother." I don't think that's in the show,
I don't think it is either.
and I think I
Thank
remember
you.
talking to him about it. But I fucking love that. I think that's super important because it'll still make you kind of go like, "What?"
Yeah.
But also, okay,
To know right away that like that parent isn't just hearing a dog issue a warning. He knows
right.
exactly.
He's not just a wolf saying "Get the fuck away from me" or
Yeah.
whatever. Exactly.
Yeah.
Um,
Go to the forest. We don't want you here.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Um, oh, and then like Moraine's little conversation with Leandra, and she's just like, walk away.
Yeah.
That was pretty gangster. Let's see. I think that's about all the notes I got.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the CW.
Oh, also you said, where's the baby? I said Roose Bolton would have eaten that baby.
I can't wait to see the CW show about Leandrin and Moraine going to the White Tower as teenagers. I will watch the
Yeah.
fuck out of that show.
Having some schoolgirl shit. And then one of the things I really did kind of hate a lot is because they don't really have these conversations much, but Egwene just being like kind of like pledging her kind of undying loyalty to Rhaenys. It's like, I mean, I guess they're trying to show it's like little, young people's kind of folly or whatever, but it's just like no me gusta.
I don't know. I mean, they spend so much time in the books on how much those two love each other and have loved each other for so long that I'm fine with them rushing that somehow. So when they're forced to go different directions, we get how painful it is. Because at this point, we
Yeah.
don't know. They're just two kids who went to high school together and made out after work. Like,
Yeah, and they think they're supposed to be together forever. So
yeah, like you come from a town, of 500. Of course, you're gonna get married. Like, what? Wait, Aaron's already married.
Yeah.
Matt's a scoundrel. Like, yeah, of course we're gonna hook up.
the quarterback of the football team in my high school married the head cheerleader. So
There you go.
I don't know. It falls down a well, eyes go cross. Last note I have is a joke. It's like Moraine was pointing out like the Seven Towers, like, hey, this is where it lands from. It's sort of like Federal Way or Bakersfield or something.
I got it.
Used to be cool. Now it's shitty.
I laughed so hard because I was going to say you and I, but mostly I spent half an episode a year ago talking about how the White Tower is on an island that looks like a vagina.
Yeah.
When Kelly saw the White Tower for the first time, she goes, "Oh, look, a dick and two balls." Who saw that?
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, because you don't see it from the top. You just see this big white tower dick sticking out.
Oh, right. The TV show, not looking at it on a map. You're like, you couldn't be more wrong, dear.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just a huge man in the boat.
That's a big man in a big boat.
All right, man.
Okay, so we're going to have to watch this whole... We can talk about it for 10 or 15 minutes, but if we keep...
No, let's just watch it.
If we keep pausing it, we'll never get through it.
Nope, no pausing. We're going to watch it straight through. It's 2 minutes and 42 seconds.
I can't believe how long it is. Like, that's not a teaser trailer. That's a fucking... where did it go? Where did it go?
Yeah, but we're not really going to get into it. I'm going to have a couple reactions in real time, but other than that, then it's going to be like sign-off time, I think. So
cool.
Right.
I lost it. Don't go anywhere.
For fuck's sake, Desmond, let me pour myself some Canadian fine whiskey.
All right, make it big.
Now the sobbing starts. Fantastic.
All right, let's do this. Ready to play?
Sync it. Tell me when to go.
3.
On 1 or after 1?
3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Here.
The world is changing.
Who's that standing in the water? Ooh. Oh, bitch is channeling. Holy shit.
We are very synced up. I can hear yours in stereo.
So they're back in the... Oh, yeah.
The need to run off. She will lose the last battle.
Ooh, caught in the 2 rivers. Yeah.
Is Perrin getting his hair going?
Yeah. Oh, Mogadin. Who's that?
It's the last place anyone would ever look for it.
Ooh, Lanfear's back. Ooh, dude, that's a Mies right there. That's straight out of one of the book things.
The premier fantasy
Oh,
series.
you see the Rand's dragon?
Yeah.
See the golden dragon on his arm? Thought you looked shit.
Oh.
Ooh, that was one of the rings. Did you see that?
In the what?
Yes. The rings.
Oh, the rings, yes.
Rand dies. And the ambulance.
Is if I die? Oh, so cool.
We don't win battles with politics and prophecies.
Yes.
We win with armies.
That's Gawain and Galad. So hopefully we get Matt fighting him.
Well, the Matt trailer shows him picking out his staff.
It shows him picking out a quarterstaff? Is it in that same place?
I'm pretty sure. Because he's looking at the swords and then he grabs something else.
I swear to God, if that's done right, I'll fucking forgive everything. Fuck you, Jeremy. You better too, man. Or you can't. All right, I'm officially jacked, dude. It looked great.
I'm psyched. I'm fucking psyched. Like,
it looks great. I'm really excited.
And they're like, I think we're gonna get the jump that I was like, I mean, I think the books are talking about the last battle pretty early too, but they seem to be real, like the last battle's coming and we need to prepare for it. Like, this is definitely a, like, you know, Wraith can't rush it too much, but he's got to.
We don't have 10 years to prepare for this. We've
like,
got to do this as
if
fast
I
as
have
we can,
to,
'cause it could be here tomorrow.
Yeah, if I have to wrap it up in a 6-episode season 4, I can.
Probably.
Or if you give me 2 more seasons, we can have some fun.
This is as excited I've been about the show since before it came out. And, you know, like, Jeremy's really in the back of my head, and a lot of other people, like even the White Cloaks guys that we talked to, a lot of things just keep, well, what about this, you know, and then this and stuff like that. But it's like, everything I'm seeing, it's like, I'm seeing glimpses of things that is from the book or will be things that are plot devices to bring things together. And unless it's done terribly, I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. It's certainly much better, I think, than season 2. Like I said, I'm really excited to see. I want to start watching the fan edit too, because he was like, I'm really excited about
Yeah.
people watching it. So, and obviously him coming on more than once says to me that because, the time difference and everything, it was a hard time getting him to link up with us. So for him to possibly be there 2 weeks in a row, that's, it says to me how he's excited about third season and the fan edit. So I'm pretty stoked too.
So we're going to watch the first half of season 2 fan edit and some other stuff too. We're just basically going to we're going to watch the first half of season 2, however you guys want to prepare out there, do that. We're going to talk about that next week, hopefully with the editor here. I'll triple check and I'll keep everyone posted that he is going to be here. He will definitely be here in the next couple of weeks unless his schedule goes really sideways. Like Justin said, he seems to be really excited to talk about his edit and prep for season 3. So it's on, and I'm wow. I'm psyched. Jeremy, I'm gonna take I can get to your house by midnight. I'm gonna take a steaming pile of dump on your front porch.
God, if that could happen. Be so great. Well, Des, I'm gonna go deal with the rest of this night. Should be
Do you want me to end our stream? We can stay on and talk for a minute.
Yeah, sure.
Mixed and edited by Desmond McNeese for We Mixed It, LLC. Go to whatsoundsawesome.com.
And this is where the hilarious outtake would appear.